For me, citizen journalism is more the future than a competitor to TV, television, broadcast stations, radio. It's the future. This is what's going to happen. Everything's going to be hyperspeed. It's going to be straight to you, straight as it happens. Lots of things are getting that way. Websites get that way. They have live feeds of things happening. People comment who are there, for instance, saying what's happening. People uploading their own personal footage. It becomes way more personal, and you feel like you're there. It doesn't have to be like a proper experience, but it's a lot better than seeing a person sit in a station and tell you, show you a picture, show you a video, tell you good night. It's way easier for people to consume as well as media goes.
Well, it might be more personal, but is it more reliable? Because we have these people putting out articles on the internet, and it's often very quickly after the events happened, when not all the facts have come in, whereas generally the major news stations will wait until they've got all of their sources, until they know that everything's factually correct, until they publish something, whereas there's a lot of speculation that often goes along with journalism on the internet.
But don't you think the speed is what makes it so good? I mean, a source might not be completely accurate, but things can be fact-checked and investigated more afterwards. But if I know that something's happening in the first place, for example, if there's a riot somewhere near where I live, if I see that on Twitter way before it's on the news later that evening when it would have been too late for me, I can avoid that and protect myself.
But in terms of social journalism, expenses that are, that go into TV stations and news stations that give us this information, they actually have to do their background checks, their facts, and understand the actual root of what was happening around that story. And in terms of speed, that can be more detrimental because we can actually be spewing out lies, and that shouldn't be what we're trying to consume as news.
I always find that TV crews try to get as quick to a scene as possible as well. I always find that it seems like it's kind of like fighting for who's got the best story, who's got the best scoop and the best angle of camera, even just like who's got the best shot for this one thing that's happened. That's what you want. But while with a phone, it happens, get it out straight away. There's so much more you could do with a phone as well. Like for instance, a camera may be able to broadcast, but you have to have everything set up, and that can take minutes on minutes. While if something's happening and it's only a one-time thing, or if it's something that is not going to happen again, that's gone, that's saved, that's in the cloud, that's in the internet database, that's never coming back. You're not getting that back.
I think you have the same mentality in terms of usage of phones, because you tend to look at who has the longer shot, or who has the longer range of what is happening. It's just the same kind of competitive mindset, just in a different forum. At least that there's more control over that in terms of news stations and who's televising what. But when it comes to social media, most of the time it's about the most views, the most hits, and even trying to publicize themselves more than the news itself, and that's more of personal gain instead of public service.
And on top of that, just a 30-second snippet of, for example, bullying doesn't show the whole picture. We don't know exactly what was happening in this situation. It's just a part of something that we get a glimpse of rather than the whole story.
Yeah, but those 30 seconds can lead to an investigation that uncovers so much more. Citizen journalism might not be the whole story, but giving you the root of the story that you never would have seen would lead to more. Bullies who have been taken to court and brought to justice because their videos went viral on social media, and then they were dealt with through the proper systems, and that's so good for the victims. That wouldn't have happened if we didn't have citizen journalism.